Hey guys, today we're making Hoisin Glazed Meatballs, and this is what it looks like. And here's the recipe. Alright, so what we have here is lime, ginger, hoisin sauce, panko, scallions, ground beef, and sweet potato, broccoli. So what you need for this recipe, and as far as tools, is your cutting board and your knife. You need a peeler, a medium bowl, and 2 baking sheets. Heat the oven. We're going to preheat the oven to 450, and then we're gonna get started. Okay, so the first thing we do is, after we wash everything, then we're going to have the sweet potato lengthwise sliced into 1/4 of an inch half moons. Then we're going to peel and mince the ginger, thinly slice the scallions until they're finely minced. Chopping, you put the sweet potatoes on the baking pan, olive oil, salt and pepper like usual. Hellofresh has been sending a lot of sweet potatoes and broccolini, that's for freaking sure. Okay, put it in the oven for 20 minutes, flipping once after 10. Okay, it's time to make the meatballs. In this medium bowl, we're going to put the meat. We're going to put the scallions, ginger, panko, salt and pepper, and as an extra ingredient, a teaspoon of sugar. Now, they don't give this to you. You have to have things like oil, sugar, salt and pepper in your pantry to make all this work. So I'm just going to go ahead and add all that now. After all that's done, you're going to form the meatballs, and you're going to make 6 of them. Right? Well, it just says form 1-inch meatballs, so I guess just however many there turn out to be. Let's hope it works. I'm gonna add the salt and pepper when I have 2 hands to do it. Alright, I'll show you the meatballs when they're done. Okay, so here's the meatballs. We put them on the pan with some olive oil, and we put the broccoli with more olive oil and salt and pepper on this side. I'm going to stick that in the oven for 15 minutes. Then after 15 minutes, we're going to glaze the meatballs with the hoisin sauce and remove the broccolini from the baking sheet. Then put this back in the oven with just the meatballs for 5 more minutes. And then we're going to be done. So I'll show you how I glaze that, hopefully, yeah, after 15 minutes. Alright. First I gotta Okay, here's a look at the food. Alright. Oh, you're supposed to take the lime and squirt it all over the meatballs. Alright, time to eat. Hey guys, so I thought I'd do a review of the food. It was pretty good. Here's a couple of things. I wish they had given us more hoisin sauce. I tried my best to get every little bit out of that little tiny jar. It was hard when you don't have a tiny spoon to get things out of a tiny jar. That's, I guess, a drawback of them having to package it that way. But there only seemed, I mean, I had 12 meatballs, and it seemed like they needed to have a little more hoisin sauce to cover all of them. Like thoroughly, like really, glaze it over. But that being said, they were the most delicious part of the meal. Okay, so I like sweet potatoes, and I like broccoli. Broccoli is probably my favorite vegetable. That being said, this is like the 6th or 7th time that we've had sweet potatoes and broccoli in the dish. I'm not knocking it. I like all kinds of potatoes. Give me every type of potato you could possibly imagine. But it seems like it's always broccolini. It's always some kind of potato. You're never told to mash the potato. I would mash the potato. I don't care. Even if it takes a little longer, obviously. I don't know. It just seems like, and maybe it's just because it's like summer, and that's along with squash and zucchini are ripe and very prevalent during the summer, and that's when they get shipped to you or to the grocery store, and I forget the word, but you know what I mean. They that's when they're in season. There we go. So I get that them putting everything in there, but I'm just like, man, this is like really like the same kind of dish as I've had 2 or 3 other, or however many other times. You can probably go back and look at all the rest of the recipes and find out how many have broccoli and how many have sweet potatoes. Or maybe it's just me, and I just feel like it's been a lot. and maybe it hasn't. I don't know, but it just seems like I am hoping that there's some newer stuff. I don't know. But anyway, in all, it was pretty good. The sweet potatoes and the broccoli were, you know, just as good as they ever were. Nothing totally special about it after I've eaten it for a while. But I do like the meatballs. I like the ginger in the meatballs. The scallions were okay, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I would have put in a bit less. But anyway, not bad. Not fantastic. But I did enjoy the flavor of the meatballs. You will. Okay, so hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye!